Hello students, in this session we are going to study the term atomicity and calculation of number of atoms when number of moles of molecules are given. Similarly, calculation of number of electrons. Yes, and one more concept is isotopes. How to calculate average isotopic mass and numericals based on that, followed by STP conditions and molar volume. See, once again you copy the list of subtopics. What's meant by atomicity? What's meant by atomicity? This is what we are going to start with. And then calculation of number of atoms, using number of moles of molecules, and numericals on this formula followed by numericals. Similarly, calculation of number of electrons using a similar formula, number of electrons in a given species, right? And then numericals on this followed by isotopes. You might have learned this in schooling, high school, right? Isotopes and calculation of average isotopic mass, because so many isotopes are available. Then which value we have to consider in the periodic table, right? Next, several numericals on this, several models in calculation of average isotopic mass, and then standard temperature and pressure conditions. So these concepts we are going to learn today. Yes, now we will start with atomicity. What's meant by atomicity? Atomicity is nothing but number of atoms. Atomicity is nothing but number of atoms present in one molecule of a substance. One molecule of a substance. Number of atoms present in one molecule of a substance. Suppose you take any substance, molecular substance, like oxygen. One O2 molecule has how many oxygen atoms? 2. That is said to be its atomicity. Ozone molecule, O3. One ozone molecule has how many oxygen atoms? 3. One water molecule, 3 atoms. Ammonia molecule, 4 atoms. Carbon dioxide, 3 atoms. Glucose, C6H12O6, 24, right? So like this, how many atoms are present in one molecule of a substance is said to be its atomicity. For example, if it is H2, atomicity will be 2. What's meant by atomicity? Number of atoms present in one molecule of a substance. And O2, atomicity is 2. O3, atomicity is 3. H2O, atomicity is 3. Ammonia, atomicity is 4. And carbon dioxide, atomicity is 3. Glucose, C6H12O6, atomicity is 24, like this. Understood? Now, wherever we are using the term number of atoms present in one molecule, we can replace the total statement with atomicity. Understood? Now, let us apply this concept in the calculation of number of atoms. In the calculation of number of atoms. In the last classes, we have studied the relations like number of atoms equals to number of moles of atoms into Avogadro number. Means this is the formula to be used when number of moles of atoms are given. Similarly, number of molecules also we calculated. Number of molecules can be calculated as number of moles of molecules into Avogadro number, right? But sometimes they may ask you to calculate number of atoms by giving number of moles of molecules. Then what we have to do in such a case? They will give number of moles of molecules and ask us to calculate number of atoms. Here molecules and the number of molecules are asked. Here number of moles of atoms and number of atoms are asked. But here given number of moles of molecules but asked us to calculate number of atoms. So this is a new relation. So let us reduce in a regular manner. Let us reduce the formula instead of by heart directly, right? There is nothing to by heart, of course. It's completely logical. Suppose you take carbon dioxide molecule. One carbon dioxide molecule has 3 atoms. One carbon dioxide molecule has 3 atoms. The number of atoms present in one molecule of a substance. What is the term? Atomicity. What's the term called as? Atomicity, right? So this 3 corresponds to atomicity of CO2. Now, 1 mole of CO2. 1 mole of CO2 has how many moles of atoms? The point to be recollected here is, whenever we are speaking about something in terms of moles, all its entities must be expressed in terms of moles. Suppose 1 mole of CO2 has 1 mole of carbon, 2 moles of oxygen. Understood? 1 mole of ammonia has 1 mole of nitrogen, 3 moles of hydrogen. Like that, when we are expressing something in terms of moles, all its entities must be in terms of moles, right? Now let's come here. When 1 mole of CO2 is asked, 1 mole of CO2 has 3 moles of atoms. 1 mole of carbon and 2 moles of oxygen. What's meant by mole? What's meant by mole? Amount of substance which contains Avogadro number of species. So moles of atom corresponds to Avogadro number. 3 into Avogadro number of atoms. So what's the final line? 1 mole of CO2 has 3 into Avogadro number of atoms, right? 2 moles of CO2 has 2 into N0 into 3 number of atoms. This is 1 mole has 1 into 3 into N0. 2 moles has 2 into N0 into 3 atoms. 10 moles of CO2 has 10 into Avogadro number into 3 number of atoms. Then N moles of CO2 has N into, means N corresponds to number of moles of CO2 into Avogadro number into this 3 corresponds to what? This 3 is nothing but atomicity of carbon dioxide, right? Into atomicity. So what's the final formula? Number of atoms. What's the final relation we can generate? Number of atoms in N moles of molecules. Number of atoms present in N moles of molecules is equals to number of moles of molecules into Avogadro number into atomicity. So this is a new relation based on which sometimes question will be asked. Understood? Go through this. This approach is very helpful for a beginner actually. Now let us see a small numerical on this relation. Yes. The question is, calculate number of atoms presenting 0.01 moles of CO2. 0.01 moles of CO2. So this is the relation we have to apply. Number of atoms equals to number of moles of molecule. How many moles of CO2 molecule? 0.01 into Avogadro number into atomicity of CO2 is 3. That's it. One line. So it is 0.03 into Avogadro number of atoms. Yes, the same question sometimes they may twist. See, calculate number of oxygen atoms in 0.01 moles of CO2. Immediately student will go to this relation. If it is total number of atoms, atomicity we have to take. Atomicity, total number of atoms. But this question is about which atom? Oxygen atom. Atomicity 3 means it has 1 mole carbon and 2 moles oxygen. But when it is about oxygen, only oxygen, 2 moles. 2 moles of oxygen are there in every 1 mole of CO2. So for this case, number of oxygen atoms equals to number of moles of CO2 into Avogadro number into oxygens per CO2. Only oxygens per CO2 instead of atomicity. We have to consider, very good, oxygens per CO2. Right. Now what are number of moles of CO2? 10 power minus 2, this value, into Avogadro number into oxygens per CO2 are 2. Right. We have to simplify that. So this is the one model from this one, calculation of number of atoms when number of moles of molecules are given. The same way, sometimes they may ask us to find number of particles like electrons, protons, neutrons, etc. Let us see that model, right? Calculate number of electrons present in calculate number of electrons in 1.4 grams of nitride. Okay, instead of taking directly mass, let us start with moles. Presenting 0.1 moles of nitride. 0.1 moles of nitride. Right? Nitride means n power minus 3. What's meant by nitride? N power minus 3. Nitrogen usually has 7 electrons plus 3 additional charges, 3 electrons, totally 10 electrons. One nitride has 10 electrons. 1 mole of nitride has, don't neglect that relation, 1 mole. Whenever we are expressing something in terms of moles, all its entities must be expressed in terms of moles. When one nitride has 10 electrons, 1 mole of nitride has 10 moles of electrons. What's meant by mole? It is nothing but Avogadro number. 10 into Avogadro number of electrons. So 1 mole of nitride has 10 into Avogadro number of electrons. Therefore, 0.1 mole of nitride has how many? Crisscross. 0.1 into 10 into Avogadro number by 1 number of electrons. Right? So this is Avogadro number of electrons. So this is another model. So such questions will be asked. Yes. So in this question, number of moles is directly given. Sometimes instead of giving moles directly, they may give mass, from which we have to calculate moles. See, let us see that model. Calculate number of electrons in, suppose, some 1.4 grams of nitride ion. Yes? See, now this time mass is given. Moles is not supplied. Number of moles is not supplied in the question. We have to get the value. Number of moles of nitride ion equals to mass of nitride ion by gram ionic mass. What is mass of nitride ion given? 1.4 by what is gram ionic mass of nitride? Nitride means n power minus 3. It has, what's the atomic mass of nitrogen? 14. It's nothing but protons plus neutrons. There is no deal with electrons, right, in this one, mass number, right? So it is 14. Yes, 1.4 by 14, that equals to 0.1 mole. So, 0.1 mole is given in the question. Then, 1 mole of nitride has 10 moles of electrons. We just solved in the previous question. 1 mole of nitride has 10 moles of electrons. Then 0.1 moles of nitride has, how many moles? 0.1 into 10 moles of electrons. As I said, mole means always we have to consider Avogadro number. It is Avogadro number of electrons. Right? These are some models. So like this, such different models we have to practice. Numerous questions you have to practice, then you will get hold. This is about calculation of number of particles. Yes. Now our next concept is isotopes. I know majority of you are aware of isotopes, right? But still, let us have a glance. What are isotopes? What are isotopes? Immediately students will answer same atomic number, different mass number. Who? Yourself or myself? What are isotopes means some students are answering nowadays same atomic number, different mass number, sir. Who are having same atomic number and different mass number? That point must be clearly specified. So, what's the systematic definition of isotope? Atoms of an element. Atoms of an element means atoms of same element. Those atoms belongs to same element. Carbon atoms of carbon element, hydrogen atoms of hydrogen element, oxygen atoms of oxygen elements, like that. So when they are from same element, obviously their atomic number will be same. So we need not specify that point again if you start with this line. Atoms of an element with different mass numbers. Atoms of an element with different mass numbers. Here one point must be clear for students actually. They should be very perfect in the definition of atomic number and mass number. Small recap. What is atomic number? What is atomic number? Yes. Don't answer number of electrons, please. Atomic number is nothing but number of protons present in the nucleus of an atom. Who discovered this? Moseley. Who discovered the atomic number? Moseley. Definition of atomic number is not number of electrons. It is number of protons, number of positively charged particles. Number of protons present in the nucleus of an atom whose value is numerically equal to number of electrons outside the neutral atom. In that way, number of electrons term is added to the definition. But actually, as per Moseley's discovery, atomic number means only number of protons. Its value is equal to, atomic number value is equal to electrons which are present outside the neutral atom. Understood? So, atomic number means number of protons. Mass number means it is protons plus neutrons. Protons plus neutrons. So, in atomic number as well as in mass number, we are dealing with the particles present in the nucleus. Nucleus has protons and neutrons. Of course, several other subatomic particles are also there. These are majority, like more important, significant. Now, one more point you have to learn. This is nuclide notation. Nuclide notation means, suppose this is an element X. Here atomic number will be specified. Here mass number will be specified. You know the symbol for atomic number? Z. And mass number is A. Atomic number is given with the symbol Z and mass number is given with the symbol A. So, nuclide notation is here Z value and here A value. Here protons plus neutrons. Here only protons will be specified. Here protons plus neutrons will be specified. Such notation is called as nuclide. The subscript stands for protons, atomic number. Superscript is sum of protons and neutrons. Okay. Now, once again, sorry. Let's come to the definition of isotopes. What are isotopes? They are atoms of same element or an element with different mass numbers. Now, let us take some examples regarding this. Let us take some examples regarding this. Example 1, protium, deuterium and tritium. Right? Protium means hydrogen 1, 1. Deuterium means hydrogen 1, 2. Tritium means hydrogen 1, 3. This one corresponds to 1 proton, isn't it? And this one corresponds to proton plus 0 neutrons. Means protium has no neutron. This is the element which has no neutron in the total periodic table. There is no other such element. Hydrogen means as this is a 99.9 or above percentage abundant among the 3 elements. So hydrogen is nothing but protium, right? So this is the element which contains only proton in the nucleus, no neutrons. Got it? Deuterium has this value corresponds to proton, whereas this 2 corresponds to 1 proton and 1 neutron. 1 proton and 1 neutron. And this is 1 proton, atomic number. This is 1 proton plus 2 neutrons. Whatever the protons present we specified here, the same protons there also we have to specify, because the total thing is nuclear composition only. So in this way, these 3 isotopes can be considered, right? The same way, another example is neon 20, neon 1020 and neon 1022. These are atoms of same element, that's why atomic number is same, but their mass numbers are different. So in this 20, this 10 corresponds to proton, right? In this 20, 10 protons are there, rest 10 are neutrons. Whereas here in this, out of 22, 10 are protons and 12 are neutrons. In this way, we can differentiate how many neutrons, how many protons are there. And sometimes when they ask how many neutrons are there in so and so, we can subtract that value. Understood? So, like this, we have better you remember some examples regarding isotopes. Like this, carbon has carbon 12, carbon 13, carbon 14. Now, when these many isotopes are there with different mass numbers, which one is to be considered for this periodic table placement, right? In the periodic table, which value is considered? Right? Suppose we have neon 20 and neon 22. Neon 20 is there and neon 22 is also there. In the periodic table, 20 is considered or 22 is considered? I know immediately you are going to refer a periodic table chart. Yes? Which isotope is considered in the periodic table? Neither this nor this. But we are considering an average of these masses. That is called as average isotopic mass. Understood? When such large number of isotopes are there, we have to consider their abundance percentage and we have to calculate their average isotopic mass. Now, our concept is average isotopic mass. Calculation of average isotopic mass. Average isotopic mass. Suppose a particular atom of an element has several number of isotopes. Isotope 1 is of some X percentage, isotope 2 is of some Y percentage, isotope 3 is of some Z percentage. Their percentage of abundance, suppose 90%, 10%, 90%, 5%, 2%, like that. Then average isotopic mass of the given element can be calculated as percentage of isotope 1 into atomic mass of isotope 1. Percentage of the first isotope into its atomic mass plus percentage of second isotope into its atomic mass. You know that A stands for atomic mass. Yes, I need not remember. Or you can take it as mass number also. Mass number, that's better. Mass number. Percentage of first isotope into its mass number. Percentage of second isotope into its mass number. Plus percentage of third isotope into its mass number. So on. By what will be the total percentage? That will be 100 always. Yes, this is how we can calculate average isotopic mass. Now, let us solve a small numerical of this, right? Let us see. Calculate average isotopic mass of neon where neon 20 and neon 22 are 90% and 10% in abundance respectively. Right? Neon 20 is 90%, neon 22 is 10%. Then what will be the average isotopic mass? Now let's come to this. Solution. Average isotopic mass equals to percentage of neon 20 into 20, because mass number of first isotope, plus percentage of neon 22 into 22 by 100. Percentage of first isotope into its mass number, percentage of second isotope into its mass number by 100. What is the percentage of neon 20? 90% into 20 plus 10% into 22 by 100. So this is 90 into 20, 1800 plus 10 into 22, 220 by 100. That equals to 2020 by 100, 20.20. In the periodic table, you can notice this value as average isotopic mass for neon, 20 point. Right? So this is how we can calculate average isotopic mass. Understood? Now our next topic is after this average isotopic mass, better we discuss one more numerical on this, right? So this is another numerical for us, right? Isotopic abundance of carbon 12 and carbon 14 isotopes are 98% and 2% respectively. Means carbon 12 is 98% and carbon 14 are 2% respectively. Then calculate number of carbon 14 isotopes in 12 grams of the carbon sample. So our given sample is 12 grams. In this 12 grams we have carbon 12 and carbon 14 both. And 98% of this is carbon 12, means 98% value of 12 grams is carbon 12 isotope. 2% of this value is carbon 14 isotope. So we can calculate mass of carbon 14 isotope in 12 grams sample. In 12 grams sample equals to 12 into 2%. 2% of this is carbon 14. It is 2.4 grams, right? Now we got the mass. Then number of carbon 14 isotopes. Number of carbon 14 isotopes can be calculated as number of moles of carbon 14 isotopes into Avogadro number. You know this relation, right? Number of isotopes. Right? 24 by 100. It is 0.24 grams, right? 0.24 grams. Now, number of carbon 14 isotopes can be calculated as number of moles of carbon 14 isotopes into Avogadro number. So, how do you calculate number of moles of carbon 14? How do you calculate number of moles? Mass. What is the mass? 0.24 out of 14 into Avogadro number of isotopes. Avogadro number of isotopes. Just to simplify this, on simplification it will be approximately 0.1032 into 6.023 into 10 power 23. Yes, 10 power 23 number of isotopes, whose value finally we can make it as 1.032 into 10 power 22 number of isotopes. So calculation part, mere calculation, right? Now this is how some numericals are possible on average isotopic mass as well as on isotopic abundance. Okay. Now in our next session we are going to study about STP conditions, standard temperature and pressure conditions. There are so many properties and so many conditions are there, not only STP conditions, even in STP also there are several changes, right? In our next session we are going to study, right?